Yo, happy Friday, guys. Bitcoin just basically tagged $100,000. Insane. However, it stopped just before, right? Now, I spoke to you guys about a trap incoming, and I want to speak a lot about this today. I see a trap happening, and unfortunately, a lot of alt positions that we have taken, some of them are still sitting a little bit in profits. Some of them are sitting a little bit flat, not too many losses. And a lot of altcoins have ripped a lot of positions. Now, today, what I've done, and I want to show it to you guys in the show, is I've started taking profits on quite a few of the big positions. And I'm preparing for a shakeout. I'm preparing for a transition from Bitcoin into altcoins. And what that looks like is a shakeout and a leverage wick to come at any single moment. And I'm getting prepared for that. So what I'm doing now is a couple of altcoin positions that I've been building up have not fully taken off just yet. I need to be responsible now and get those to a certain limit that I can withstand a pullback and to actually take advantage to get better entries on those altcoins. I then got to look at my altcoins and see which ones have done incredibly well. Okay. And that can free up cash to get better entries on those same altcoins yet again. Okay. And I need to look at altcoins that are currently in a loss and see, can I withstand this pullback? Because Bitcoin is getting ready for a little bit of a higher time frame shakeout that shouldn't last too long. But what is going to happen is you're going to see a big transition in dominance when this happens. And you're going to see a very, very strong altcoin bounce that will trigger at least a 50 to 60% pump. So I'm focused on being patient and making sure that I'm actually banking profits on the way up. Okay, and I'm going to show you guys in the show what altcoins I've taken profits on and where I'm setting limit orders, because it's now that time again. It's time to catch the next dip, and it's time to get an insane altcoin rally, but there is a hurdle in between, and that I want us to prepare for. So today is a good Friday. Why? Because we're going to bank a bit of profits, and you're going to put a little bit of money in your pocket. You're going to have some money for the weekend. Then you're going to have some other money sitting nice and lower down that's ready to buy some damn specials. Okay, and what that's going to do yet again is keep us composed and make sure that we are the ones winning in the next race, and we are not going to get trapped out, because there is a trap incoming. I said just before 100K or just over 100K, there is a violent pullback incoming, but it's going to give us an incredible alt rally. So happy Friday to you all. I'm a little bit more calm today. Why? Because I've been thinking a lot and figuring out a lot within my positions, and I'm here to show you guys what I've done next and how I'm prepared and how I read when these traps are going to happen. Okay, so that again, these traps are going to continue. They're just going to get a little bit bigger every single damn time. And we've got to be prepared that this one might be a little bit large, won't last too long, but it will work in our favor if you do something important today. So no more wasting time. Let's go.
I try and help everyone in my space, and this is what I get. I try and fight the devils, but inside I'm just like Sniper. Welcome to Sheldon the Show.
Fam, what's happening? Brand to the channel, hit the subscribe button and like it up. Like it up if you agree with my content today. Like it up if you agree with me being more level-headed. The way that you are going to succeed within this bull market is 100% taking profits on the way up. Being honest with yourself when you haven't bought the best positions, because what that's going to do is going to allow you to actually admit and change something and prevent yourself from going into losses that you probably know in the back of your head that might happen, right? But you're trying to tell yourself something else, to convince yourself that it's going to work differently. And you got to kind of ignore that. I know we're in the best market of our lives. I know Bitcoin's nearly to 100K. It's exciting, right? But nothing changes. Okay, just because it's that doesn't mean that there won't be pullbacks, doesn't mean that there won't be traps. Like, these things only get a lot bigger and a lot more violent. And to be honest, the market has built a beautiful recipe of doing this. And the better that we can get on the way up before alt season. Remember, alt season comes in January, right? The real alt season, the one that does insane moves. We can get it right in these phases. We are about to make the most incredible journey of our damn lives, because we're actually learning, we're actually implementing, and we are keeping money, right? That's the main thing. No one ever goes broke by taking some sort of profits. But the main thing today is just to read the picture, see what's currently going on, and why this needs to happen to trigger the altcoins, and how this is going to benefit you. Because if you can bank some money on the way up, right, ultimately you're going to have more tokens when you buy the next time. Okay, and that's a very important thing. If you can use dips to get more tokens, it creates way more upside or way more money when the market goes up again, because you have more tokens this time, and then the value of the token starts to go up. So diamond hands for long-term portfolio, 100%. 100%. My long-term portfolio, I'm not anywhere near selling, right? But when it comes to money that I'm using to grow in this bull market, I need to be a little bit active with it, and I can't just watch it go win, loss, win, loss, win, loss, right? We can't just do this the whole time. I have to start using that to a strategy. So guys, like the video up. We've got a lot to speak about today. It is Friday. I am going to be taking on a bunch of your altcoins as well, a little bit later in on the show. And let's go through a couple of things. So let's start off with Bitcoin. It has hit the big zone for me. Okay, and what you are starting to see is the first big sign. So before I go into where I think it goes next and exactly the levels, let's quickly look at the room, right? Let's read the picture. So you got the 4-hour RSI sitting at the top. You have the 8-hour RSI sitting at the top. You have the 12-hour RSI reaching the top. You have the daily sitting mid-range, not at the top or the bottom. Okay, so it gives me an idea already that the 4-hour, 8-hour, and 12-hour is overheated, which means if a pullback had to start now, you're probably looking in the terms of around a 3 to 5 day pullback, and then market will continue. Okay, so it gives you a bit of an idea of time frame wise. But the first sign is you do have 3 of your important time frames sitting at the top, which basically means, hey, when your market, when your RSI is sitting at the top, it means that the last phase is currently in play of that current move. So I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys could see that Bitcoin started off slow and now starting to speed up, right? And I've spoken about this a few times where I show you guys that we get the slow phase. And what's crazy is we actually start hitting the overbought phase already over here, but then it speeds up. So what you're getting now is the speed up. And when it speeds up and we get to a certain point, there will be that correction, there will be a slowdown, and there will be a continuation. Now, what we have to understand that's very different from now versus the rest of the year is the percentages are a lot bigger, guys. So these dumps, you know, it looks like a small line here on the daily, but this can result in 20-30% dumps. And this sucks for anyone that holds positions that they're not even in a winning momentum right now, right? Because that means you go 20-30% down, which I'm not saying we're not going to hold positions into a little bit of red, no, but it's basically your token goes down 20% now at any moment, and then you have to wait for it to go up 40% just to have your money back. That for me doesn't make sense, right? It doesn't make sense that you don't have money to get better entries if that happens and all these sort of things. So the first major sign here is we have a couple of RSIs that are starting to make their way to the upside and a little bit overbought. The next thing that you can see is we are separating from our momentum line. And we've been here before. We've seen it before. We saw it last week or the week before, and we're seeing it again. What you are seeing over here is you are seeing a distance between your momentum line and the price. So that means that we are starting to now move like that and starting to separate. And what that creates is when things speed up. Remember, people are not interested when price is going sideways, right? So over here, not too many new buyers are coming into the market, okay, at this certain point. Where buyers come in is where price moves very quickly and it starts to move fast. So when we started off this week with Bitcoin around, just under $90,000, and you blink and now it's at $100,000, I was literally I played a quick round of golf this morning. And when I tell you that people are now really wanting to come look at what this Bitcoin thing is, like I'm seeing it everywhere now, right? I'm seeing a lot of people ask, that there's moms at the schools that are asking, there's teachers that are asking. What is Yandi here? Our coffee maker and chef, the lady that's here, she's asking, she wants to get into crypto. So we can already start to see that this fast momentum over here is what kind of gets a lot of people interested, and it kind of gets a lot of people to chase within the market. So why that's important to know is the moment that we start to speed up, there is a trap that will come at any moment, and it will humble the market, right? And it will come straight back down to the original areas. Sometimes it's a little bit bigger. So I want to explain, sometimes it will do this. Okay, and we have not seen this one just yet, this bull market, and it might happen now at any moment, right? We might actually get the bigger one. Now, this one's here to wipe out late buyers. This one is to really make a strong liquidation hunt, to really hit the market pretty hard. So right now we are facing ourselves with two scenarios over here. We're facing with the one to just humble the audience and get back to work. And we also, in the possibilities of facing the one that's going to do a little bit of devastating events and then continue, right? One that goes a little bit over exaggerated, one that shoots really hard. But nonetheless, we've got to understand that in this bull market, I probably predict we will get 2 to 3 of these. The question is the first one about to happen? Okay, if not, market will drop. We'll still be 20-30% down, and we'll be back in. Again, I'm going to show you how we set limit orders, show you how you do these things. Then we're good. But nonetheless, if this one happens, we definitely want to be ready for it, right? And this one comes in with damage. And would it not make sense that everyone's been waiting for $100,000 Bitcoin for a year? Like, I don't know how long, 10 years, a very long time. Why don't we stop it at $99,000? 500. Why don't we just stop price over there, right? And what that does is it'll drive everyone crazy, right? And it will catch everyone off of guard. And that's what I always want us to be, is to catch a little bit of catch the things nice and early. The next thing is, I know we are at an important zone. So the first sign I'm seeing over here is we're losing a 1-hour trend. The next thing that I want to see then is zoom in. We are near losing a 4-hour trend. After that, we definitely know we are going down to these major areas over here. Okay, and again, this can result in a Bitcoin at $92,000. This can even result in a Bitcoin at $86,000, $88,000. Okay, and the scary thing is dominance might go up one more time when that happens. Okay, which means fast pullback on alts. I don't think it's too good. I actually think dominance can come down. Okay, but it does mean shift off, and alts will get that little immediate effect. But the bounce, the recovery time is going to be like this. And that's what we want. We want the fear to come in. We want to make sure that we have taken some sort of profits. And we want to buy the fear at a perfect level, right? Or ladder in as it comes down, that we can literally wake up the next morning and all of the positions that we just bought the fear on is already 30, 40, 50% up. That's what I really think is going to happen, is the fast move will happen. We're going to trigger it in and be in money immediately. Now, in order to make that type of money immediately, you need to basically be patient, and you need to basically be stingy with the levels that you're at. Now, all the levels I'm going to show you guys today, they're all reasonable, really good levels, right? They're really good areas to buy these tokens. We just got to be patient enough to wait for them to get hit, okay? And again, if Bitcoin only drops to 94 and goes sideways, and by Monday we break trends, we back in, we know, we great, we start buying up again, no problem. But what you are going to see is when the dump happens, this is what's important, to not pre-jump the gun either. So again, don't catch a falling knife too much. Okay, you can have some limit orders and buy, but you want it to fall flat, wait it to go sideways and break out. So what that means as well, that also don't, if you see all of a sudden, let's paint the scenario out here, Bitcoin does this now and it drops. Okay, we're gonna need Bitcoin to do this for at least a day and then get going. If it basically does this, where it comes down, bounces up like this, it can still do this. And you got to understand that as well. So the main thing here for me is I'm setting a certain percentage of limit orders today, just to give you guys an idea. You know, I've been trading this account, right? And you know, I've now taken this account to around $750,000 from $250,000 about 3-4 weeks ago, right? 3x, a big account, main account, not too much risk, not too much of that. Let's just go to the upside. I'm up to $500,000 in cash at the moment, just to show you guys what I'm basically talking about. So basically, I'm only in around 30 to 35% of my positions at the moment, and I'm actually going to be closing a little bit more on today's show as well. So what that means is I'll leave a little bit in, okay, in the game at the moment, but you could see that I'm really starting to cash out over here, and I'm getting ready for cheaper rates, getting ready for the flush out, and then the continuation. But I also know that I want to catch a bit of it, then I want it to go sideways, and then I want to catch some more. So that also gives me an idea that your limit orders should only be a certain amount of the cash, not all of your cash, okay? Just in case the bigger one starts to play out. And we're also going to speak about what happens if Bitcoin does break 100? I'll speak about that little trap next too. Okay, so let's go through a couple of things. Here is the first play on Bitcoin. This is what I'm seeing and how I'm seeing it play out, right? I'm basically seeing that, and remember, this is a 4-hour chart. So what I'm starting to look at now is I know there can be a little bit more upside, okay, and there can be a little push, and I'll go through that with a bunch of alts now, but I am looking at about a 3 to a 5-day pullback to happen in play, okay? Now, what's going to make this very good is I only see the pump happening again, okay, in the areas of the next 5 to 7 days, okay? Now, I'm talking about a Bitcoin pump. I'll speak about the alts in a sec, but what that basically means is on this first initial dump. Do you guys remember last time when Bitcoin dumped off? And I don't remember where it was. I think it was this area over here that we caught it. Let's just make sure. It was one of these areas that we caught this dump. Okay. So what you will see is you'll see that the initial dump goes lower than the second dump. Okay. And this is known as a W. So that basically means that a bunch of my positions, I think the first dump will happen at any moment now. Okay. And then I think that's going to be the aggressive one. When the aggressive one comes, a couple of my orders will trigger. I'll make some money, and I could even decide to take a bit more profits on that. Then what will happen is another higher low and then an explosion. Okay, so again, what that looks like chart-wise is something like this, which means that the first buy is usually the most violent one that comes first. Then the second dip-off is a little bit more calmer, which means I really want the first buy more than the second one, right? The second one is just a confirmation buy. because we'll break some trends, we'll do these sort of things. So the aggressive one is the one that usually comes first, then a bounce off, and then we go. Right now, my targets for the bounce is the area of $92,000 to $93,000. So that gives you a bit of an idea that is in the areas of around 5 or 6%. Now, I do have another scenario, and I do have a lower scenario. Let's see if I did paint it out the picture over here. There we go. Okay, so we got 93, but what I also noticed, guys, is the actual momentum trend line is lower. Okay, it's lower than 93. And what that will do is a lot of common people that come into crypto, they learn very basic skills. And the basic skills is support and resistance, right? So that means if we do start pulling back now, a lot of people are going to expect we're going to bounce at 93,000, probably 80% of the world, right? All of your influencers, everyone's going to do that. So what that does for me then is also say, hey, be careful, because this is a level, but a lot of people are going to think that. And price tends to do something slightly different if a lot of people are doing that. And it gives me a little idea that there is a box that is sitting on support trend just below that. And that's saying, hey, $90,000, $89,000 to $91,000. And that is one that I got to prepare for, that maybe the move's a little bit bigger. Now, again, I'm not here to be a bear, right? I'm here to take profits on the way up and to say that there's 2 or 3 scenarios I see playing out. It's going to take about 3 to 5 days to play out. When it's 3 to 5 days from now, we'll know which one's been hit. I'm going to prepare for the worst scenario, so that if it does happen, I'm in. Okay, and if it doesn't and it sits flat and it starts to break and it's only at $93,000, no problem, we'll be in as well. So what I'm doing is I'm not being a bear, but I'm preparing for the worst. I'm taking profits on the way up, and I really believe we're going to make a shit ton of money through that thing. Now, I'm just holding spot bags now, correct. Main thing though as well is if you're holding, you got to just make the decision. But if you are currently in a loss on your spot bag, you know, I would also think about maybe putting a tight stop to buy a little bit cheaper, just so you can better your entry. Because if you're in a loss right now, and we do expect at any point a pullback, you know, why would you not get a little bit of a better entry for the rest of the bull market? Something that you can build on, right? Now, someone just said breakout on AVAX. Now, guys, this is also very important. Because we are in bull markets, not all coins will pull back, okay? Probably, you know, you'll get that 1% of alts that will still continue to pump. That's why your spot bags and your long-term bags are so important to hold. And that's why I agree. I am not selling any of my spot bags right now, and I'm not selling any of my long-term. Because if AVAX pumps, let's go. You know, I still want to make the money to the upside. But if 90% of the market pulls back, I want my trading capital to take advantage of those specific areas. So not all alts will pull back aggressively too much, but it's a 90%, 95% alts will. Okay, so you kind of got to be lucky with the ones that you're holding. Okay, so there is the second play over there at the moment. And here is the first play over here on Bitcoin. Now, what does this result in on Bitcoin dominance? Both of them are indicating that a Bitcoin crash, dominance crash is incoming, right? I see rockets in January. Yes, I actually see a pre-pump. So let's quickly speak about this. So this is not bearish. Do you see this big level, guys, that we are reaching now on Bitcoin? Big level over here, right? Big one we're seeing. But let's quickly go look at altcoins on the weekly. And I want to show you guys this over here on the weekly. So the next push for me goes to the all-time highs, I think, before January. Okay, so what I see happening now is I see over the next couple of days, I see the pullback, and I don't see alts pulling back too aggressive, but I see them pulling back. And then I see them approaching the all-time highs in December to the beginning of Jan. Then alt season starts, right? Then we start the parabolic run. So there is still a lot of money to be made on altcoins and a lot of growth before original alt season actually starts to begin. So that's why it is worth buying the dip and definitely paying attention. So this is what dominance looks like. Both of them are showing a little bit of upside strength. So if Bitcoin comes down, it's actually showing that dominance will go up, but it shows that the bounce will be epic, right? The bounce will be amazing. So I got 2 scenarios here. Dominance decides to go up a little bit higher. I do think the top of dominance is incoming. I think in the next 4 to 6 weeks, I think we're going to see a local top for at least a year to 2 years on Bitcoin dominance. So that's huge for altcoins. That's massive, right? But on the short time frame, both of them are indicating it's going to go up for a little while, okay, and then a push down. And we'll see what that looks like when it comes to the actual the pullback, right? We'll see. Prepare for 10 to 15%, but don't be surprised for a 25% dump. Okay, so here is the scenarios on Total 3. Total 3 broke a very, very, very big resistance. So I got 2 areas that it's going to come down to. The one area is it comes down. This is around 10% from where we are currently. And from there, we explode. And that makes it quite obvious if you look at the Solana chart, right? Sol broke those highs yesterday. There's the highs that it broke. So it comes down, it retests it, and it goes. But everyone's thinking that, right? The whole world's thinking of that. So let's look a little bit lower. And there's another support at 230. So it gives you a bit of an idea that the pullbacks on Sol, Sol's one of the stronger tokens. You're looking between this 10 and you're looking between this 13%. So I'm going to go through a bunch of alts now, and then I'm going to jump onto my exchange and actually put in some limit orders. So this will be a little bit of a lower show. Why? Because today's the day to focus on banking money and getting ready to make more money. So we've got to spend a little bit of time together and put some limit orders in and show you exactly what I'm doing. Okay. So that's going to give you a nice little understanding. So there's the two plays, and this is the trap. There might even be this little trap like that. Okay. That I am not counting out, but definitely I think this one's in play, but I am prepared for both of those over there. And if you look at USDT dominance, it's kind of obvious, right? This thing's been bleeding for a while. So there's definitely a pre-bounce incoming on Bitcoin dominance. One could spike up like that and really shock the market. Don't tell me right now, guys, if this market, if we had a dump of 30%, just an example, don't tell me that it wouldn't work. It would work. You know, people would lose money. Shit tons. Okay, and that's what the market's always going to do. Where's the money to be made, right? So don't be I think Sheldon got lucky this morning. So chill. He's talking like happy morning, eh? No, I actually got up early and I played golf, which was fun too. Okay, so there is USDT dominance. Okay, let's go through a couple of coins. So here's the scenarios. Guys, big warning. You need to look at a couple of your altcoins and be honest with yourself. If your altcoin did not make a higher high on the 4 hour, they're probably going to pull back more aggressively than the rest. Okay, so I love Phantom very much, and I'm loading. You know, it's my token, but I got to be honest with myself that there is a scenario that Phantom drops to 64, and there's a scenario that it drops to 60. Okay, and I would rather buy it over there. Doesn't mean I'm any less bullish on it than what I've been before, but it's got a lower high over here. That's why I think a Phantom will pull back more than a Solana, because Solana made a higher high. So when we saw this, when did we see this, Matt? I think it was 2 weeks ago, that we actually saw that if a coin makes a lower high, we saw it with Say and Sui. Those were the two examples. Okay, so this gives me an idea over here. Let's go through a couple more of the alts, and then we're going to start setting some limit orders. Two scenarios, right? Technically, we should come down and retest these trends, come back to the lows, but there is that scenario over here. So I'm just going to go through a couple of them, show you guys. See near, problem with near, no major higher high. So this thing can come back all the way down to these range lows over here, right? Chainlink, there's the two plays on Chainlink. There's Doge. I'm finally seeing at any moment a real Doge drop happening. Okay, over here. So definitely getting prepared for that. Casper, there's the plays. Okay, so XRP is very strong, by the way. So that's what I see happening on XRP. I don't really see much of a further dip. I think XRP is going to run against the market, to be honest, over here. So now let's jump in and let me show you guys what I did. So what I did, let's go through them. I'm still sitting on 20 positions. Okay, still sitting on 20 positions. Here's my problem, though. Okay, now I am not any less bullish on these tokens, by the way. I've called a bunch of these buys this week and these tokens. I'm not any less bullish on them. I still think they're going to pump hard. But I got to be realistic that there is a dump before a pump. Every pump is always started with a dump. So, for example, EGLD, this was a $20,000 of my own money position. I've now closed 75% of it in a loss. Okay. Now, I would rather lose a little bit now than lose a lot later. Same with Myro. Myro was another token that I was in that was one of the bigger losers. I reduced that from a $25,000 position to a $7,000 position. And you know what? If you are not afraid to take losses, you are not ready to be a full trader. And I don't mean that in a bad way, but here I'm in a loss, right? In a loss. Watch me take my loss like a man. And I don't mean this in a thing, but that is what makes you, really understand what it takes to make money. Loss is a loss. So what? I got how many ones got a loss? Take the loss now, get it done with, and get a damn better entry price. Doesn't mean you're not buying the token, not keeping the token anymore. Okay. What's your safest meme? Okay, next topic. Let's go. So I'll speak about it now. Okay, there's Rose as well. I'm going to close a little bit more of my Rose position as well. And then I'm going to speak to you guys about what I'm going to do next. Okay, so let's close a little bit more. Why? Because again, if I'm a little bit bearish on the market, a couple of my losses. The rest I'm pretty happy with. They're still great profits. I think I'll survive the pullbacks on a lot of them over here. But these losses for me, so even Thorchain, I was on $30,000 and now I'm on 6,000. So you could see that I closed a lot of my thought chain position. Not that I'm any less bearish on it. I think I can get a better entry than what I currently have right now. Here's all my positions that are still in play. Theta. So guys, do you see here on the left, you got something called a realized pin. Let me just show you this over here. Go, go, go. You see the realized pin. So you see, literally a moment ago, I banked $50,000 on this position, right? I banked $7,000 on this position. I banked $20,000 on this position. I banked $4,000 on this position. I banked $38,000 on this position. I closed a loss of $6,000. I closed it. Okay, so I took a loss over there. There, I banked $2,400. There, I banked $28,000. There, I banked $25,000. There, I lost $200. There, I lost. I took my loss. I took the punch like a man, right? There, I lost $12,000. There, I lost $125,000. There's 61. There's 100. There is 3,000. So you see, I take my losses, right? Doesn't mean I'm any less bullish. It means, hey, you can get a better entry. Okay, but look at that. Look how many losses I took. And look how many ones I took too. Okay, so it shows you very much when it comes to these things as well. It's just about, sometimes it's okay to pre-jump a token a little bit earlier. It's about what do you do next? How do you fix it? Okay, so let's go through a couple of things over here. So with Bitcoin at the moment, again, I just want to show you short time frame view. It may sit here. It's lost a short-term trend. So it should do something like this pretty soon. Okay, or what will happen is we'll push up there and then start to shoot down. So I'm going to start setting some limit orders. Let's go. First one is Solana. Now, Sol doing very well. Okay, doing very incredible. But let's go look realistically at what Sol looks like for a couple of limit orders. So my first limit order that I'm going to put on Solana is $200. Okay, and $45. That is a first one. And it's going to be a little bit of my smaller position because I do think it can go a little bit lower, but that's my first. So let's jump on Solana over here. I'll do this quick. Not too much leverage again. Low leverage. I don't care about too much leverage over here. And let's go $245. And I'm going to put in a bit of a percentage. Let's just see how much money this is over here. Okay, there we go. And there is my limit order on Solana. Boom, 245. Now I'm going to go back to Solana. And I'm going to go put a second limit order. My second limit order is going to be at 235 for the second trap, the second one that I see happening. Okay, so now we go over here and I say, okay, 235. Now we go over here and we go 235. Boom. Okay, there are my two limit orders on Sol. Now the next one that I want to look at is Phantom. So my first major target or my first major area on Phantom, let's jump in over here. Okay, my first one is at 66 cents. So I'm going to jump back in over here. I'm going to say, okay, Phantom. So guys, this may take a little bit of time, but where in the world do you get someone that's going to sit here and show you the exact what they're doing, right? You know, it just ain't going to happen. Okay, so let's go over here and 66 cents. Yes, low leverage, fantastic. And I'm getting ready to put a position in over there. Phantom is a token that I really want on this pullback. Okay, there is my limit order on Phantom. The next position that I want to get on Phantom is the trap, and that one is at 61 cents. So now I'm going to jump back in over here, put in 61 cents, okay, and get another limit order going in that place over there. Boom. Now what it does is if I get some of my buys that happen at 66 cents and 61 cents, it's going to average me out at 63 cents. And that's what I'm happy about, right? This is why we always spoke about dollar cost averaging, because you'll buy some here, but it averages you out in a good area. So that's what I want to look for on a couple of these positions over here. Okay, next one. Let's go. I definitely want to buy some more injective. So my first area on injective is $23. You know, it was amazing last time. Remember how we did this? And then we woke up and then like 80% of them hit during the night. That was amazing. And you wake up and you're instantly in money, right? So this one over here, $23. I'm going to go 23.05 just because sometimes it stops just before those areas. And there is a nice, strong injective order. Boom. Okay. It's actually close to my last entry price, which is amazing. Okay. And second scenario on injective is we go to 21. So now the next one over here is 21.05. There's it over there. Let's pop it in. Okay, and there we go. Say again. So stop losses, you know, this is why you don't go all in. on these positions, you can put stops, and I'll show you guys how to do it now in a sec. So all you do is you basically trigger on over here and you put your stop loss ranges, right? For me, I put a lot of alerts that the moment that the order triggers, then I go and I look to set stop. But you guys can definitely, so if you want to know stop losses, let's go through it for a second before I enter more of them. Okay, what you got to understand is if you look at, for example, injective, what you want to do is you want to take your fib from the bottom of the wave all the way to the top, and you do this on a little bit of a higher time frame. And what that will give you is a main 618, and that's where I'm seeing us go. So my stop losses will be under this range. So injective will be 19.7. Phantom, let's go put in our nice little. This one's a little bit deeper than the 618. That's where it bounced. So this one will be under the trend line at 59 cents. Okay, we go look at Solana. Where will my stops be? I'll put it under this trend over here. It's pretty clear that that's momentum trend. So my stops on Sol, $220, $219. Okay, so let's jump and let's push let's go to the next ones. Okay, so next token I want to get ready for is 𝗫. 𝗫 is looking not the greatest right now. So I'm going to go a little bit around 5.1 for 𝗫. I'm going to fly over here quickly now and start moving fast. Okay, so let's go to 𝗫 protocol over here. And let's put it at 5.1. 5.1 on 𝗫. Boom. And let's put the limit order in. There we go. And open long. Okay. 5.1 on 𝗫. Okay, next token. Let's jump through it. Chainlink. I definitely want Chainlink on the next pullback. There's two scenarios on Chainlink. 14.3, okay, and 13.5. 14.3 and 13.5. So let's go here to Chainlink. Let's pop this in. Okay. 14.3. Put some money there. Some money with them. Okay. And then let's put 13.5. 13.5. And let's pop this in over here. Okay. Let's pop that in. Boom. There is my two on Chainlink. Next one over here is Dogecoin. I don't know if I'm gonna go for Doge yet. We'll see it. It's done a lot. It's done a lot. Casper. I want to get some Casper at 14 cents. So I'm gonna go in one over here. So guys, you can choose. I got some of my favorite tokens, of course. So like things like Casper, I'm just gonna put in one order because I don't need to put too much of this. The ones I want is Phantom, Solana, and obviously ThorChain as well. So let's go 14 cents. Fantastic. And I want to put my limit order in over there. Okay, next one. Let's go ThorChain. Let's go ThorChain. What I'll do after this, I'll show you the techniques and I'll show you exactly where to put your stop losses, guys. You got to make your own decisions. You need to see how I do it and where I put them, but you got to make your own decisions with ThorChain. My ThorChain entry is shit. Sorry, I don't mean my language, but it's terrible. Okay, close this crap. Close it. Okay. I just closed another. I just closed the wrong one. Okay, I just closed that one. I just closed ThorChain and I just closed. Okay, so ThorChain, I just love, like, it's so nice when you get to a point in life where you can just be honest with yourself. Sheldon, that was shit. Like, what are you doing? And then you can move on. And the quicker you can move on, the easier this whole process gets. Okay, so here is ThorChain. So if we look at ThorChain currently, it's at resistance. It did not get through it. Lower high, which means that for me, this is something that comes down to these range lows. And again, I got a little bit of a trap play that it might come to this area over here. So my first one is 5.1 and my second one is 4.9. Okay, so let's jump in over here. Let's go 5.1. 5.1. Let's put some money. Okay. There we go. And the next one is at 4.9. 4.9. Okay. This one I want to go a little bit bigger. So this one's got a limit of okay. Boom. Okay, got some limit orders in over there on ThorChain. Fantastic. Okay, next one over here. Let's go through them and really start looking at what are the next altcoins that are going to move nicely. Okay, let's go through. So these tokens, let's go through a couple that I am currently in, which is 𝗦𝗡𝗅 and these as well. So let's go through these. I know we've gone through a couple of these this week over here. So this makes sense, comes down to 200-day moving average. So I'm going to go 𝗦𝗡𝗅 and I'm going to do, let's just see, let's just confirm. Yes, 10.1 cents is what I'm going to do on 𝗦𝗡𝗅. Okay, again, why am I doing this? Because I think there's a bunch of new tokens that are going to pump. in this next rally to the upside. I think you're going to get a little bit more degen stuff. So I'm going to get a couple of these tokens, jump to 𝗲𝗏, put it there, 10.1. Okay, look how crap my entry is. Okay, lots of love. I know it's a bit of a loss, but let's call it. Okay, 𝗲𝗏 gone. Okay, now let's go back and let's get it 10.1. That for me makes a better entry over there. There is our leverage, and let's open up that position. Okay, done. Now let's move to the next one. Let's go. What else do I want to be buying on this pullback? I want some more GRT. 100% I want more GRT. So that for me is at 20 cents and at 19 cents on GRT. So let's go pop this in over here. GRT, 20 and 19 cents. So let's pop this in. 20 cents. Let's put some money. Okay. And let's put in at 19 cents as well. 19 cents. Don't be Jimmy. Nah, you know what? Tonight's the night. I'm going to go chill on the couch while everyone goes and drinks their tequilas in a club that the cops are sitting outside. They got wires everywhere there. It's a setup. There's a bunch of cops there waiting for you guys. I'm not getting arrested tonight. I'm sweet. So I'm going to go chill on the couch, and then I'll be at the party on Monday when the party's clean. Okay, so render 6.7, and the next one is at 6.2. So render 6.7 and 6.2. So let's go RN render. Okay, 6.7 and 6.2. Okay, so it's like a 10% pullback. It's not too bad. Oh, look at my crap entry here. Okay, goodbye. It's been real. Okay, now let's get back to our original. Guys, now there's nothing wrong with what I was thinking at that time. You know, but I got to look at a couple of days later and be like, hello, like, come, let's fix this. You know, you got it ready. There's nothing wrong with what I thought that time at all. You never be upset with the way you thought at that time, ever. Okay, because you were probably right at that point. But then after a couple of days, if it hasn't played out, you got to really relook at things. Okay, and I'm going to go 6.3. So 6.8 and 6.3 is the ones that I'm going for render. Again, tokens that I think are going to absolutely obliterate and move very, very, very quickly in the next rally to the upside. I definitely want some more theta. So my theta buys are at 1.53 and at 1. Because these, when this wick comes, guys, some of these alts, they wick a little bit too hard. So just be aware of that, right? That's why high leverage, even these limit orders, not high leverage, like low, because the wicks can be like, okay, yes, these are spot plays. 100% they're spot plays. They're actually better spot plays than leverage plays. 100% they're spot plays. Okay, so let's go 1.52 and 1.37 on. I'm gonna go a little bit like the dump gets a bit ugly. Okay, so let's go theta 1.52 and 1.37. 1.52. I'm gonna buy a lot of this. Okay, and then 1.37. Okay, bigger order on 1.37. Go Bitcoin. Did it hit 100? Is that Crypto, real Crypto? No, it's not. Is it him? Nah, where are you, bro? Come join the stream. 100K first. I think so. But I think a little wick first. Bro. And then I think we go. But you are absolutely smashing with your trade, bro. Have you seen this guy's trade? When we're going forward for lobster, bro. Let's go on a trading date, bro. Let's go chat. Let's chat some coins. I also want to know what degen coins you're getting into. Like, I like your Bitcoin trades, but what are we getting in for alt season, right? Money's gonna start moving. So let me know. Okay. Next plays. I think that's good for now. I'll work on a new list. I'm jumping on a Sniper Club in the next little while, so I'll give the rest on Sniper Club over there and then speak to you guys a bit on Monday about that scenario as well. Do we have people here for their own tokens? So remember, guys, couple of things. Couple of big shout outs. Remember, Bitfunded. I'm giving away 5. If you sign up with my link below in the description and you open up an account, I'm giving away 5 people are coming with me to Dubai. Okay, live trading in Dubai. Remember with this, guys, you pay $79 or $99 and you unlock these amounts if you pass 2 stages. Okay, and if you lose, that's the only amount of money that you're losing. You're not going to lose all of your money. So the goal here is the market's about to dip at any moment. Get your first dip, pass your first stage, pass your second stage, and when the market rips, you have all your money, right? If you buy 2, you get 1 for free by using the link below in the description. Remember, also WEEX'S, brand new account. You don't have money, go open up with my link below. You get $20 to register, $10 to do verification. You get $100 for deposit. Okay, and then if you move money to futures, you get more money over there as well. So all of these links are below in the description. Just show you guys over here. It's free money. You should be going and getting free money as much as you can when the markets are looking red. There is WEEX'S over there. Guys, Sniper School closes tomorrow. Okay, I'm doing another event live tomorrow. It's going to be incredible. It's free. It costs you nothing. Click on that link over there. Remember, if you have used the WEEX'S link, you can also join Sniper School. Join us tomorrow as it's going to be closed and you're not going to be able to get it for weeks again. And remember, there's a massive special on Sniper Club over there as well. Okay, let's take a couple of tokens. Let's go. 𝗙𝗢𝗡𝗅. Oh, that's a token that I want more of. Let's go to 𝗙𝗢𝗡. Where's 𝗙𝗢𝗡 going to go? Okay, 𝗙𝗢𝗡, $17. Let me just load it over here. I agree. Let's buy 𝗙𝗢𝗡. Okay, 𝗙𝗢𝗡. There we go. So I'm putting $17. It's making a massive bull flag, guys, on 𝗙𝗢𝗡. So 𝗙𝗢𝗡 17. Okay. Put this in. Go a little bit bigger. 𝗙𝗢𝗡 17, and then another target for 𝗙𝗢𝗡 as well is a little bit lower. Oof. Okay, wait. I'm going to cancel that one. The reason why I'm going to cancel, I'm going to go a little bit bigger for, where's my order here on 𝗙𝗢𝗡? 𝗙𝗢𝗡. I'm going to go a little bit bigger down low. So let's put my first one in. So I'm going to go at 15.9. Okay, I'm going to go a little bit larger over here. There is my 15.9, and then I will go at 17, a smaller position. 17 and a smaller position over there on 𝗙𝗢𝗡. Okay, so to give you a nice little view on 𝗙𝗢𝗡, it's in a bull flag. Okay, and that's currently the kind of play that I'm seeing. So the bottom was in play. Okay, this could be something that looks like this. Okay, and then get going, but eventually be out of this bull flag and get going. So it's making a very bullish pattern. And remember, the next pump for me goes up to $30. So there's a 100% pump coiling up on 𝗙𝗢𝗡. As a spot trader, I would just dollar cost, get my position ready and be patient. Leverage trader, I would wait for that trend line to break over there. Next one, Maddie. IMX. So I'll show you guys what I did with my immutable X position. I think I closed a bunch of it. Let's see. I still got it, but I've smallened. Oh, I actually need to. I'm going to make it a little bit smaller. And then just put. But Sheldon, what happens if it pumps? 2 days later, it will dump. Then I get back in. So don't worry. It doesn't. The technique doesn't go away. Okay, so let's click on immutable X because I also want to put some limit orders in and just show you guys what I'm seeing here. IMX. Let's pop it in, and let's go. Okay, so. In. Okay, it is bullish. It is definitely bullish. I'll wait for that trend. There we go. That's when it gets going. So for now, I don't think the dip will be too violent. A pullback to anywhere around 1.3, 1.28, and then get going. Or next scenario, breaks through, tests, and gets ripping through that area over there. Okay, so that's the 2 plays over there on immutable X, which means 1.27 is where I'm going to put a limit order on immutable X. So 1.27. Okay, there is my immutable X over there. Okay, next one. 𝗙𝗓𝗓. Wow, XRP and Cardano have really like shocked the world a little bit this pump, eh? Even Dogecoin. Where's Ran and oh, your altcoins? Go to the old age home. He's going to come to me for a loan soon. Okay, Cardano, it's on a roll. Massive roll on Cardano. You could see the next 618 is at 1.3. So pullbacks for me would mean something like this. A pullback to around 70 cents and then a push up. So 70 cents for me is a pullback for now. If you got it, I'd hold it. You know, at 1.4 makes sense. Guys, I don't want to be scary, But what happens if a weekly pullback happens? If a weekly pullback happens, you know, Bitcoin can easily come into the 80,000s easily. So just keep that in mind. A lot of these altcoins are extending pretty high on the weekly. There's nothing wrong with 1 week. We do this. 1 week we do this, and then we get going. It's just us being prepared for it and being ready for it over there as well. Guys, massive shout out to Swarm Markets. If you want to buy BlackRock, you want to buy Coinbase, any of those things, on-chain, NVIDIA, all of these things, you can use the link below, Swarm. You can take profits in crypto, take that and actually buy proper stocks on-chain as well. So that's available for you guys as well. Guys, I love you lots. Much love to you all. I'll see everyone at Sniper Club now, and I'll see the rest of you guys tomorrow. I'm live on the main banter channel tomorrow. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Let's see if the dump happens now, another pump. But tomorrow I'm back with you, and we're gonna hit it. So I've taken a lot of profits, at least 60% out, and I've put the money in limits orders, and now I'm getting ready. Have a fantastic day. Love you guys lots. Be safe over the weekend. Much love. Bye.